Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Lauren, and welcome back to my channel.
Bye.
If you're new here, my name's Lauren. It's so great to meet you, and I'm so happy you're watching my video. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, if you're returning, you should just be a subscriber, but welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. So I'm guessing you're here because you are an aspiring influencer and you would love to work with brands. Well, guess what? Same here, sister, and I'm still trying to figure out as I go, but I have learned a lot along the way so far, and I'm really excited to share all of my tips and tricks with you guys. I've had a few people reach out to me because they're interested in working with brands, which is what I wanted to do a few months back. I've always wanted to work with brands. I love fashion, beauty, all that fun stuff. I love reviewing products. I find so much joy in it. And so a few months ago, I decided to take the leap and just dive right into this full on. And it is way more work than I could have ever expected, honestly. But it's been so worth it. I can't believe like some of these brands that are asking to reach out to me, like that I've known my whole life or shopped at my whole life, and they want to work with me. And I'm like, are you sure you have the right email? But anyways, I've had a few girls ask me how I made all of this happen. So I'm going to tell you everything that I did in order for you to be able to work with your dream brands. Also, don't look at my nails because, well, now you're gonna look at my nails because I said that. I took my fake ones off today and they're green. I don't think they're supposed to be green. So my first piece of advice for working with brands is to always be authentically you. I always found myself looking at other influencers' pages and bloggers' pages and comparing myself to them and trying to create exactly what they were doing because I really liked it, but I found that when I was doing that, I wasn't really being me anymore. I have like kind of this swaggy style where I can be super girly, but I also like to wear like sweatpants with a bodysuit. And when I was trying to kind of almost recreate their feed, I was having a really hard time trying to do that with the clothes that I had. And I kind of just realized I really just need to take elements from their feed, but not create it exactly how they did because one, that's not me, and two, it's kind of impossible with the clothes that I want to wear. So keep your style, keep your vibe. Definitely get inspiration from other people. That's what I do, based on like how their feed flows, I guess you would say. So I'll do like a close-up photo, then I know to do a filler photo, then I know to do a far away photo. And getting inspiration from that, I've really been able to create an aesthetically pleasing feed. Do I think that it's completely necessary? No, I don't, but it's just something that I prefer to have on my feed. Next is figuring out what your brand is. So are you gonna be like super girly girl and tell people quotes on your stories every day? Or are you gonna be a girl that's like rocker vibes, you're posing in like desert locations or in like rocker kind of vibe clothes against a white wall? You can be all of these things as well, but you just have to make sure it flows nicely in your feed. I think in being authentically you, you're kind of creating your own brand. There's so many different options for what your brand can be. Your brand is you, obviously, but you have to figure out your niche of what people are gonna come back for. I like to think that mine is my cute outfits and my funny sense of humor. So there's tons of different social media now, and I was focusing more on Instagram for working with brands and my YouTube channel, which has been doing great. But for my Instagram specifically, I started using preset filters. So that's basically a set of a few filters that you just put on each photo and you don't edit anything else about them, and it's meant to make your feed flow better. I don't know how to say this girl's name. I love her though. I bought NITSAN Raiders presets and I use them on all my photos, and ever since then my feed flows so much more nicely. It's all kind of the same shades, the same vibes, and it looks super cute. If you're looking for certain presets to buy, I definitely recommend hers. I can link them down below. She's also someone that I look up to, so I knew that purchasing her presets, I would be super happy with what I was gonna be able to make. Next piece of advice is to act like you already have the job. I don't have a crazy following, but you will still see me on my story talking to people as if I have millions of followers. I do this or that polls. I'm telling them about my day. I'm asking them advice on things like decorating, what I should eat, and that is a good way to get people engaged. I know it can be kind of awkward at first. I was super awkward and I'm like, all my friends are gonna make fun of me, but you kind of just have to not care. That is the next piece of advice. Literally don't give about what, that was the weirdest sound I just made. Don't care what other people are gonna think about you, because there's always gonna be someone that's judging you and it's only holding you back. I used to be so scared to make a YouTube channel because I thought people were gonna make fun of me, which I'm sure they do, but like now I'm making money from my YouTube. If I would have let fear overtake me and never started my YouTube channel, I wouldn't be making the extra amount of money that I'm making right now. So don't give a flying what people think. I know it's easier said than done, but it really just like, it's so much better to live life not caring what other people think. Next, you need to create content. You may not always like what you're making, but do not keep it in your drafts. Post consistently. That is so important. I've been trying to post every single day. And when I first started doing that, I noticed all my likes, all my followers went down, probably because there were certain people that were kind of getting annoyed and they don't really care to see that. But then the people that do want to see that come flowing in and your following will start to grow. It's kind of overwhelming now because there's TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, Instagram carousels, sharing to your Pinterest. There's so many different ways to get your pictures out there to bring traffic in to all of your social channels. So it is a lot of work, but you have to constantly be creating content, coming up with new ideas, coming up with new outfits. It can be a lot, but it is worth it. Definitely take inspiration from other people. There's sometimes trends that happen on TikTok. Always, I would suggest try out the trend because you never know what's gonna blow up. But also come up with something new, and then maybe everyone else will be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna try that out. And then you get the credit for it and you came up with something new and cool. Another thing that I would suggest is putting out content that you actually want to do. You're not going to be doing a food review if you're more interested in fashion and you want to be reviewing fashion brands. Also support the companies that you want to work with. Like their posts, comment on their posts, buy clothing from their companies. Sometimes when you want to work with a company, the only way that you're going to get their attention is if you're wearing their clothes and tagging them in it. So if you have friends that have bought from these companies, ask them if you can borrow their shirt and take a picture in it. I've done that literally so many times. Always tag the brands in your posts in hopes that they will see it and be like, yo, she has cool style. Like, let's send her some stuff so we can get some cool content from her. If you really want to work with Princess Polly, buy some things from their company and do a YouTube haul reviewing their products, or take a picture and tag them in it. These are just some ways to get the company's attention if they aren't seeing DMs, which I will move on to next. So you're going to want to create a media kit and a rate sheet. I am going to put my examples here. So this right here is going to be my media kit. I've included some photos from my Instagram. I do like a little introduction on who I am. And then I have all of my information from followers to what my insights are to my impressions, my views, all of that, so the brand can see how my social channels are doing. Here I have my rate sheet and I have what I'm willing to create for the company and what it's gonna cost to do that. Normally, if I reach out to a brand, I will not include my rate sheet just because I reached out to them. At least for the first time. If they ask to work together a second time, that's normally when I'll be like, oh, like, here's my rate sheet, like, do you have a budget for this? That's kind of what I'm having trouble with at the moment, is working with brands but getting paid for the hard work that I put in, because it is a lot of work. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is a lot of work. So that's kind of a decision you have to make. Like, am I willing to do this work for free in exchange for the clothes, or am I going to stand strong, negotiate a good rate and try and do that? It's really just kind of up to you. I think in the beginning, if you're still growing your following, it's great to receive product in exchange for content. So it's really just up to you personally. Next piece of advice. It is perfectly fine to reach out to brands yourself. I reach out to brands literally all the time. I normally will DM them on Instagram. I have like a little thing that I'll say. I'll include what I sent to someone in the Instagram DMs. Normally for DMs, I keep it short and sweet because I know they're gonna respond with an influencer email where I will send more information to. I would suggest looking for the email on Google. But if you can't find it on Google, definitely DM the brand through Instagram. If I send an email to a brand, I'll do something along this template right here. Basically just like introducing myself, telling the brand why I think that my followers would like their products and why I think I would be a good fit for the company. Sometimes brands will reach out to you, which is awesome. If they don't immediately say it's paid, you can ask them, just be like, hey, do you have a budget for this? I do that all the time. And if they say no, then it's up to you if it's worth it to receive the product for you, or if you want to stand strong, know your worth, and say, hey, like, I'm doing some work, like, I'm gonna pass on this if there's no payment. Again, it's really just up to you. In the end, it's important to just remember your worth. It takes a lot of time to make videos, edit videos, go out and shoot content days, but also make sure you're having fun while doing it all. Otherwise, I mean, it's not fun. Like, I know it can get stressful, but enjoy the whole process. Always, always follow your dreams. You can literally make anything happen. I know that's like kind of weird to say, but like you can make anything happen that you want to happen. You just have to put in the work. I really hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any more questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram, or you can comment below this video and I'll answer your questions there about working with brands. To the best of my knowledge, I'm still super new to this, but I've worked with a lot of brands, and it's been really, really fun. I love trying out their products, and it's really great to create relationships with these brands. I just think it's so much fun. If you're a brand and you want to work with me, my info is down below. I'm also going to be creating a video of all the brands that I've worked with. Side note, whenever you see a girl post like, oh, I worked with this brand, you know that that brand does gifting, especially if you follow smaller influencers and you're a smaller influencer, then you know they are willing to gift to influencers that have a smaller following. I don't have that big of a following yet. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a video where I'm showing all the brands that I've worked with and all of the fun stuff that they sent me. So make sure you stay tuned for that. While you're at it, make sure to hit the bell button so you're notified every time that I post a video. Also, make sure to hit the like, the comment, and the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next week with a new video. Bye guys!